Hello, Lin. Hello, Kim.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Are we waiting for anyone else?
I think we can start.
Okay,
Okay, so I will prepare.
thanks.
1 minute, I will share screen. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, manual. Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So we will have the detailed training for the production and quality management. So we will start with the production first. That's I have separate with the 3 sessions. The first session is we talk about the master data, and the next session is for the planning, and the third session is for the execution. Yeah. So for today, I will explain you detail in the master data for production in our Cuscen. So this is the manual that's after finish training, I will share the user manual for you in the group. Yeah. Okay. So in our Cuscen, that's we have the master data that's we require to run the production. That's we have the material. Actually, the material master it's mean we will have the material in the distribution side, but before we can run the production, we need to extend the material to the each branch that we want to run the production, because in the extension that we need to maintain all the parameter that relate with the MOP or the quality management. Yeah. And then we have the bill of material. That's, as you understand, is the BOM that we set up for the formula of the component and the subcomponent, or for the assembly that we need to produce for the production. Yeah. And then we have another master data that we call the work center. Is the group of labor or the group of machine or the individual machine that we run the operation in each of work center. And work center, we also have the some parameter that link with the PIC, with the capacity, and also with the scheduling, and also with the activity. That's for the costing of the activity, because in our production, for the finished good or semi-finished good that we produce, the costing we will get from 2 different sides. The one is the component cost from the BOM, and another one is the activity cost that from the routing that have the all the activity of each center. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So after that, we have the routing. So the routing is the operation that we will set up in the production line that we produce for the material. So to get one routing, we need to have the combination between the work center and the material that we want to produce. So in the routing, we can have the different operation with the different work center, and also we can assign with the different material in case that we have the same routing that to produce at the same material and at the same capacity also. Yeah. And then the last one is for the production version. So the production version is the combination between the BOM and the routing to produce one specific version for the product, because in our custom we can support with multi-version of the product, the one material. And in case that one material you have with the different version, with the different component, or with the different routing. So in the system cannot differentiate which version and which routing that we need to use. So we need to have at least one version for one product that we produce. Yeah. So this is the summary for the master data in our production. And then I will go through one by one for each of the master data that we will detail for today. Yeah. Okay. So in here, in the user menu, you can see the highlight and the action that we need to do So in here, as your reference, you can use the user manual to create and follow by this one. But I will go to the system direct for our training. So currently, I have one company that we call demo that I set up for the specific for testing for the connection. So we will update to your site also. I think Mr. Stefan also update to your site. Yeah. So in here, that's we have the some different brand that I have separate with the AQ and the process manufacturing and the diskette. So in here we have we have both for the master data, for the process, and for the diskette also. Yeah. So for the first of our master data is the material extension. Yeah. So before we go to the material extension, have some slide that I want to explain you. I think this enterprise sector that we understand that we can support with the different brand, with the multi brand and the multi warehouse in support company. Yeah, and this is our master data also. Yeah. Okay. So in here, in the material master level of our Cuscen, we have 3 different level that we control with the different data also. So the first one is the company level. It means during you create the master data, that's one material master we use for the overall in one company, and like the description and unit of measure and some technical data. So in here, it's like in our system also that's in the stock item example for one product. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So when you create, it's one material master. It's under the company. That's all the master data, like the technical data, like the valuation class, like the GL account, like the characteristic or the information like unit of measure, before vendor and segment and deposit, and also the picture. It's under the company. It's mean all this data. It's we call the technical data. That's all this data have only one in one company. It's mean one material in one company. Yeah. And another level is the brand. So in the brand that's we will detail on today. It's mean the brand specific. It's mean in one material we can have the different data for the brand, like the replenishment data, like the MOP data, and the quality check data. So in here we have the replenishment data. That's it used for the basic manufacturing. That also when you have the small assembly in the production, in the distribution. So in here, during your maintain, you need to have the brand. So which brand that you maintain for this data. So it's mean in one material, you can have the different data of the brand for the replenishment for the basic manufacturing. Yeah, but this one is not the detail for today. Yeah, so the detail for today is the material extension that we extend for the MOP data and also for the quality data. Yeah. So when the extend material, it means everything we need to follow by the company data, and then we extend one more tab in here. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. In here, so in the tab that you can see the brand also, that when you maintain all the parameter, we can differentiate with the brand, because some manufacturing we have the different brand. That's one brand is the cell AQ or the cell office, and then another brand is the manufacturing brand. So in the manufacturing, all the parameter is relevant to the production to produce. And in the another brand, we use the parameter reference with the transfer stock from the production plant or something like that. Yeah, so we will have the different parameter for each brand. That's why in here we have the replenishment data and MOP data, and also the quality check data also. Yeah, so this one is under the brand, and the last one is under the warehouse. So in the warehouse we store only the quantity. Between one material master, we have the quantity with the different warehouse. Yeah. Okay. So this is just a sample to for you to understand clearly about the structure of our material. Yeah. So in the material extension, so if when you go to the material extension, where you will see all the list of the material that already extend. It means all this material we already extend to the MOP data. So it don't have the amount like it have only 51. That's the total of the material is less than the material all the material master. So if this material we don't need to use in the production, you don't need to extend it. But if you want to extend, you can add this material and then you select the material code that's not yet extend. Example for this one. Yeah. So the system will copy all the information from this material, and then you need to go to the MOP tab and add for the parameter. So this one is the brand, which brand that belong to. Example for this one is for the process in the can packaging material can empty can, yeah. And then for the MOP. So in the MOP, we have two different. One is the MOP and another one is the replenishment. So the MOP is mean we run based on the demand that we use in the production planning. So it's mean based on the sales forecast, and after that they generate with the demand that's they upload in the demand management. So we run with the MOP. But the MOP we have two. The MOP1 and MOP2. The MOP1 we call the net requirement. The net requirement is mean when you're running the MOP, the system will check with the available stock for this material and compare with the demand that's we upload in the demand management. So the system will check is the stock is how many the stock that's on hand with the current, and then it will calculate with the requirement of the demand and then propose the result for the MOP. Yeah. But if you use the cross requirement, it means the system not check with the current stock. It means how it will propose based on the demand that you require. So it means even if the stock is enough, but you have another requirement in the demand management. So if you use the cross requirement, system will still propose the plan to produce or plan to buy for this material. Yeah. And the no planning, it means we're not running the MOP. And then we have the manual reorder point and the auto reorder point. So the manual reorder point, it means we're not running based on the demand. We're running based on the replenishment that we set up for the reorder point and the maximum stock level. So when we use the reorder point in here, that's you need to manual the reorder point and then manual the maximum stock level. That's how when the stock is decreased hit the reorder point, so the system will propose to produce. So the amount to produce is based on the maximum stock level. So how many quantity that the system will propose to fulfill the maximum stock level of this material. Yeah. And another one is the auto reorder point. That's this one is we will plan to run the auto. It's mean when we have the material forecast, that's we in our plan that we add more function for the forecast, and then you can run with the forecast and calculate with the switch level percentage and the stock level, and the system will propose the reorder point by itself based on the history data, based on the survey error and the survey level percentage of this material. Yeah, so we don't need to manual the reorder point. But this one currently we are not yet finished for the forecast. So after we forecast, we will apply for this function also. Yeah. Okay. And then for the MOP control is like the controller that we use as a parameter to running the report or to grouping in the process only. That's we can differentiate with the controller of the MOP, because sometimes when they running, they have the different PIC for the different type of material, something like that. Yeah. And then the MOP group. So the MOP group is linked with the configuration also. That's which MOP group that we will use. So in here for the detail of the MOP group, I will explain when we have the session for the configuration. Yeah. But you just understand that the MOP group is the parameter that we can link with this material. If this material will be produced, which production order that the system will propose to produce, which if this material is the stock transfer or if this material is the in-house production or internal procurement. Yeah. And then we have, so this one is the packaging material, and I run with the net refinement, and this one is the packaging. Yeah. And the procurement time. So in here we have the procurement time for the material. So when you plan for the procurement time, it will link with the integration of the production to the distribution. So if this material is the in-house production during the MOP, if they have any requirement, system will propose to the plan order. And then we can convert this plan order to the production order. But if you use as the external procurement, so the system will propose to the distribution module and generate for the purchase request. Yeah. But in here, we have the some configuration that for the external procurement, sometimes we can maintain in the MOP group that's not allow system to automatically create the purchase request. So the system will create the plan order first, and then we can convert the plan order to the purchase request. Because in the plan order, we have the different plan also, the plan order for produce or the plan order for buy to link to the purchasing. Because if we use the automatic create the purchase request, if you have if your finished good have 2 or 3 components that need to buy, the system will generate with the different PR. But some company they want to combine PR together, so they don't want the system to propose the automatic propose the purchase request. It's propose the plan order first, and then they can consolidate how many plan order that they convert to purchase request to the same request and how many they convert to the another request. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that during the maintenance of the parameter, we have the configuration also. Yeah. And then we have the special procurement. So the special procurement, we have 2. Sorry, this one. Oh, I think this, right. So the special procurement, we have 3 different of the special procurement. And I will choose the configuration. I think not that one. Special procurement. Yeah. So the special procurement, we have 3 because this brand I create only 2. Yeah. So one is the number 10. Number 10 is the stock transfer from the other brand. So it means some material, example, it's the finished good, but in the brand of the AQ, we not produce it. So we propose, we maintain as the external procurement. And then for the special procurement, we use stock transfer from the other brand. It means when you run the MOP, the system propose to the external procurement, but it's not buy from the vendor. It transfer for the internal. So if you maintain only the E, but not maintain for the special procurement, the system will propose to the purchasing. But if you maintain the special procurement, it means if we propose to the stock transfer from another brand. Yeah. And then we have the other, sorry, for the 02. For the in-house, sometimes we have the phantom. The phantom assembly, it means like the assembly of the automotive that they have the different line, and then they have the another alternative line that's have the different assembly also, but they not assembly, they assembly at the main line and join with the main line, so we can use as the phantom bob also. Yeah. And then we have the production in the alternative brand. It means we produce, but not produce in this brand. We produce in another brand. Yeah. Okay. So, and then I maintain this one. Sorry, this not E. Yeah. And then we have the ABC indicator. This one is just the information that we can maintain for the slow movement, the fast movement, and medium movement for the material. That's proposed for the analytic report of the inventory management. that sometimes they use this one to calculate as the percentage, because they have the percentage that provide if the fast movement, how many percentage, the medium movement, how many percentage. Yeah. And then we have the safety stock that you can maintain for the safety stock of the material and the read order point, like I mentioned. And the backflash is this material we use as the backflash. You can click on the backflash also. Yeah. And then we have the lot sizing. The lot sizing is used to calculate the lot size of the material. So we have the daily, we have the monthly, and the weekly lot size. So the daily, monthly, and weekly, it will combine the requirement. It means if you maintain the lot size daily. So example, in one day, you have many requirements of the material. So the system will combine together to generate only one document of the plan order or the PR based on the minimum and maximum stock, minimum and maximum lot size also. So we'll collect all the requirement in one day, within one day, and then generate to the plan or the change request. But if you use the fixed lot size, it means in one day, if you have 3 or 2 or 4 requirements of this component or of the finished good from the different MOP or the different explode bomb. So the system will generate the individual document based on the requirement. Example, you have 2 bombs that's produced for the Pepsi can. That Pepsi, one is the can and one is the pet. So both Pepsi can and pet, it will require for the semi-finished good, setup. So it means it both require the setup for the Pepsi. So if you run the MOP, because the MOP we run on the header level in the level of the finished code. So when you run the level of the finished code, the system will explode the requirement of the semi for this setup of the Pepsi. So example, if you have 2 different finished good like the Pepsi can and Pepsi pet. So the requirement in one day, the requirement it will come from the from the different finished good. So if you use the lot to lot order, it means the system will generate 2 different documents for this requirement, even it in the same day. But if you use the daily, it means it will combine together for these 2 requirements into the one document. Yeah. But this one is the fixed lot size. It means it's fixed based on the lot size that you set up. So it's not checked with the requirement. It will check requirement also, but it will split the document based on the lot size. Example, the one fixed lot size you use 4,000. So if the requirement is 5,000, so the system will generate 2 different documents with the 4,000 each of the document because we use the fixed lot size. But if you use the lot to lot order, so the fixed lot size we don't need to maintain. So if the requirement from the Pepsi can is 1,000, from the Pepsi pet is 1,500. So the system will generate 2 different documents for the final setup. One is 1,000, one is 1,500. Yeah. And then if you use the daily, it will combine together with the 2,500. Yeah. So the weekly and monthly are the same. It's just the combination that's we combine for the weekly or the monthly of the requirement. Yeah. And then the last one is the replenishment to the maximum stock level. This one we use for the MOP type as the manual or the auto reorder point. So when you use the manual or the auto reorder point, you need to use the lot size of the replenishment to the stock level, because in this case, we need to maintain the maximum stock. That's when we use the manual reorder point, you will have the reorder point number and then the maximum stock of this material. So when the stock is less than or equal 4,000, the system will propose to produce up to 500,000 to fulfill the inventory balance. Yeah. And then we have the lot size. That's we can set the minimum of or the maximum lot size of the each document. So in here for it's when you running the MOP, The system will check with the requirement of the explosive bomb, like the semi-finished good that I just example. And then we have the minimum and maximum that you can set the minimum lot size and the maximum lot size of each document. So if the requirement in this range, so the system will generate, but it over the maximum, so it will split to the different document, something like that. Yeah. This one we will detail. I will detail one by one, and when we maintain it's in the master, and then we're running to see the actual result in the MOP when we go to the MOP session. Yeah. And then this one, like I mentioned, currently we're not used yet for the surveiller web. Yeah. And then we have the assembly and the component scrap. Assembly and the component scrap, it will link with the BOM, because in our Cuscen we have two different scrap that we can set the percentage. So in the scrap assembly, it means we set on the finished good level or on the BOM header level. It means if we set the assembly scrap during you produce, the system will add up how many percentage for the scrap. Example, we set up assembly scrap for the final setup. So when the production is required 1,000 quantity, 1,000 liter of the final setup, if you mention 10% take of the assembly scrap, so when you create the production order, the system will propose 1,100 because we set 10%. So it will affect to all the component, and it will affect to the result of the MOP also. So the system will propose more than the actual requirement because we set up 10% of this finished good level. So the assembly scrap, it means it will affect to all the component of this level of the assembly. Yeah. And another one is the component scrap. The component scrap we maintain based on the individual material of the component. Yeah. So example, in one bomb, for the final setup, we have sugar, we have the syrup, we have the flavor or something like that. So if the sugar you want to have the allocate 5% for the scrap. So when you in the bomb, if the bomb that you set up 1,000 syrup, we use 500 kilo of the sugar, so the system will locate 5% more for the sugar. So when you produce 1,000, so the component will over 500. Yeah. So and also this one, it will affect to the result of the MOP when you running. Yeah. Because some company they have the component or the material that's the component and the material that's we allocate more, that they will waste take during the production. So if they plan with the actual that they not allocate for the scrap for the assembly or the component, so when the purchasing buy, they will buy the fixed amount based on the formula. So sometimes based on the waste take, it will not enough for the component. That's why we need the scrap percentage to maintain to reserve the waste take, to make sure the when we buy the purchasing when they purchase from the vendor, it's not enough for the production. Yeah. And then we have the production time and the GR time and the lead time. So the production time and the GR time will be affected to the scheduling also. So how many days that we use to produce this material and how many days we use to go receive. So in here, it will affect to the available to promise. That example, when you start the production today, if we maintain the production time 1 day, so the finish that will finish for tomorrow. So if they link with the make to order or with the requirement, if they want the material for example, the requirement they want for 13 of next week. So based on the production time and GR time, the system proposed to produce on 12 or on 11 on Tuesday or Wednesday based on this one to fulfill the actual of the requirement on certain. Yeah. So it's will calculate based on the GR and the production time. And the lead time it used for the external procurement. That's the material that we buy. So when we buy, they have lead time also. Example, to produce this material, we need to have the stock on Tuesday. So based on the lead time of the component, we have they have 3 days ahead when we produce. They have 3 days for the time with the vendor. So the purchasing they must be raise the purchase request on Saturday to get the material on 11. Yeah, on Tuesday. That's why it's the lead time will calculate. Yeah. And then we have the under tolerant and over tolerant. This one is used for the when we go this when we confirm the production, that we can confirm over or under the actual quantity of the order or not. Because some manufacturing they have the plan, and then during they are produced, they have some material that's over, or sometimes they produce over than the plan. So to control this, not over of the more of the plan, they can have the percentage for 10% for over. So if over 10%, they cannot receive something like that. Yeah. So this is all the parameter that we require for the material. So some parameter is mandatory, some parameter is not mandatory. It's based on the explain in here. Yeah. Okay. So you have any question for the material center currently? Or you want to?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Okay, I will go.
Marco, any questions?
No questions from my end.
Yeah, because this one we sometimes we discount to imagine for how the system run. So to get more detail, we will show you during the plan. When we maintain this parameter, how the plan go, and when this we maintain this parameter, how the plan go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Batu, Marco, also let's make sure we have all these fields in our demo system too.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
I will share the menu also that's we all explain in here with the how we maintain the parameter and how it is used also. Yeah. Okay, and the next one is the BOM. That's because bill of material. That's because. So in our Cuscen, we have the multi-level BOM that you can maintain in the bill of material. Yeah. So when you create a BOM, the first thing before you create a BOM, you need to extend the material first, and then you can create this BOM. Yeah. So in the BOM, we have the type, that we have the production, we have the sale and distribution. That's we can link with the sale BOM, and this one for the engineer, link and design, that will link with the asset maintenance. Yeah, because in the asset maintenance, that's our team developing that we also have the BOM also for the equipment BOM. Yeah, so that's why we have the BOM type in here. Yeah, and then we have the description, we have the version. So if you have the different version, you can maintain with the different version in here, and also we can maintain the description of the version. Example, this one for the version 1, and another one is the version 2, something like that. And then we have the validate, that when the validation of this BOM. So this one is important also because it's based on the planning. Sometimes they run the planning for the backward scheduling. That's the BOM effective is not affected. So if they run by the planning or the production before 1st of May, the system will not recognize this BOM because it validated from May only. Yeah. And then we have the base quantity. The base quantity is the quantity that we calculate for the finished good. It's mean for the based on the formula for the epoxy pad. So if you produce 59,232 pad, so we need to have this component 3,000, this component 59,232. something like that. So this is the method of the best quantity that calculation. Yeah. And then we have the component that we link. In here, we have the stock item and the non-stock item. So the stock item is recognized as the material that we get from the inventory, and the non-stock item, sometimes they have some non-stock material that's joined in this production also. That's they want to recognize also. Yeah. And the text item is only for the description. That sometimes they want to maintain the description. So when you select the text item, all the field is visible. Yeah. So we just mention the description because in BOM sometimes they have the notice for this step also. Yeah. And then we have the material that is the component that joined in this production. And then the description and the component that we use based on the base quantity of this BOM header. Yeah. And then this is the component scrap. So the component scrap, it will link from the material that you extend in the previous screen. So when you extend this material, when you maintain the component scrap, the system will automatically capture from the material master into here. But you also can enter manual in this also. Yeah. So, oh, this one is blocked. We are not allowed to manual. It means it must be captured from this one. So we can have the configuration that's allowed also. Yeah. And then we have the warehouse. So the warehouse is mean the location that we will issue this material from during the production. So which location also, and in the future, if we have the eView that the extended warehouse management, we can link with the PSA. That's our production supply area also. Yeah, with the specific bin. Okay, but currently we link only from the warehouse. So in the warehouse, it's important also for the material staging. So when you maintain the specific warehouse, when you release the production to the shop floor control, they can see in the staging material which material that's missing that we to move for this specific location of this BOM that we maintain in the component. Yeah. And then we have the assembly. The assembly is meant for the multi-level of the BOM. This one is 13, sorry. Final setup of the proxy. Yeah. So this assembly is the another level of the BOM because this one is the semi-finished code. So it have another level of the BOM also. That's why the system tick is assembly. This one is just the information for the multi-level BOM that we can run to see how many components is under this material also. Yeah. And then we have the costing. So the costing, it will link from the material type. That's when in the configuration of the material master that you can see in the, I don't think, I don't know which step here is explain some configuration or not. So in configuration of the material type, we have the material type that's we relevant to the cost and which material type that's be not relevant to the cost. Yeah. 1 minute. I think it's someone up there. Oh, nothing. Sorry, one minute. I think someone up there. The QC. Okay. So in here you can see the material type that's in our configuration that's relevant to the cost or not. So this one is based on the material type also. So if the material type if this material type is relevant to the cost in the component, it will take to the costing. Yeah. But if this material type not relevant to the cost, example for the scrap, sometimes scrap, yeah. Yeah. So it's not take the costing. Yeah, so it means this material type is not relevant to the costing, even if we issue this component during the production. So the costing will not affect for this amount of this material. Yeah. So that's why we have the in here the costing. So this one is the non-value material that will not relevant to the costing. Yeah. And then we have the co-product and the GI, the co-product and the byproduct. So currently we already applied for the co-product in the material. So the co-product is mean you will get this material during your process. It's mean beside of this finished good, you will get another material also. And this material also have the costing. So that's why we call it as the co-product. Example in here, IBM one material. I just example, yeah. Okay, we check is the co-product in here, yeah, and save it. So in this, we add another material, yeah, and 10. Yeah. So this one is the co-product. It means it will automatically tick is the co-product. But you need to check on the SGR. SGR, it means you will get this material during the production, even the scrap and the co-product. So SGR, we have two different types. One is not take the co-product. It means it's like the scrap. We will get this component, but only the quantity without costing. But another material we will get also, but it have the costing. It's called the co-product. Yeah. So in our system, the byproduct and the co-product we maintain in here. So it means all the material, all the component that you maintain in the BOM that you take is GR, it means you will get it during the production beside of this finished good. And then if this material is the have the costing, so we need to maintain it as the co-product. So it means we will get this material and also have the costing. And the costing, it will allocate from all the costing of this finished good. Yeah, it's in the finance side. That's we need to configuration or need to maintain for the costing of the co-product. But for the byproduct, it means we get only the quantity or only because the byproduct it's like the scrap that we control only the quantity, because in the material type of this material valuation we maintain it only the control the quantity, so it's not quite costing. So when the posting of the material, we can see we don't have any any cost of this material. Okay. Yeah, this one like the scrap, so we get 600, so it don't have any cost. Yeah. So this is the difference between the co-product and the byproduct. Yeah. And then we have the phantom. The phantom, it means like the phantom bomb. So in here, the phantom is means some material or some semi-finished good that's you use as the phantom. So all the component in here, it means during produce this finished good, we have another bomb, but we not produce this bomb. We only issue all the component of this bomb during the operation. So in here, we call is the phantom. So the phantom, we need to maintain in the material extension that's we maintain in the material master. Yeah. Sorry, one minute. I have the call. Yeah. Okay, and then the backflash, it means you need to take the backflash on the material master also.
So, okay, I have a question. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Can you explain Phantom a little bit more, please? So what was the main, what's the main purpose of Phantom again?
The Phantom again, I think I can explain in this.
Because that's my first time hearing Phantom. I never seen Phantom before. Yeah.
Actually, the Phantom is mean like the one operation. That's example for the operation for the final final assembly of the motorcycle. Yeah. So in the final assembly of the motorcycle, they have many operations. Example, they have 5 operations. Yeah, like operation 10, they have the front. That's they assembly the front of the motorcycle, like the front, the middle, the middle one. Yes, middle one and the end. And yeah, so example, they have 3 different operations in here, and in each operation they have many components that they will link, like component 1, sorry, T1, component 2, and component 3, something like that. Yeah. And then they have another, this one is 4, 5, 6, something like that. And this one, yeah, this one is 4, 5, and 6. This one 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. So in here we have 3 different bombs for the 3 different lines, but they not produce each material. It means they will run one line of this routing. This is the routing. Yeah. And then they have this one is the bomb 1, bomb 2, and bomb 3. Yeah. So during the master data, you need to have 1 bomb, 2, and 3, and another bomb is the final assembly that it will combine together with bomb 1, bomb 2, and bomb 3. So when you run the production, you run the production of the final assembly, but the component, the system will explode the component of this bomb 1, the component of this bomb 2 during the order. So when you issue, it means when you confirm the first operation, they will issue 3 components. When you confirm the second operation, they issue another 3 component, and another is the component. It means this is one semi-finished good, but they not produce to fit into the stock. They produce and then submit it to the front line, and then another one they have another assembly also and submit to the line 2. This one we call the phantom, because it different with the some manufacturing that sometimes they produce 3 different order first. It means they combine bomb 1, bomb 2, and bomb 3, and then they run another operation. So it means they need to store in the stock for the component for the quantity of the bomb 1, bomb 2, and the bomb 3, and then another operation that they issue only these 3 items. But for the phantom, it means during the production, they issue only the component of each bomb. That's why we call it phantom.
The phantom. So the phantoms are basically the components.
Yeah. It means it's like the bomb in the bomb, but we not produce it. We combine it together in only one operation. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so the last one is just the tag item, the tag line that you can maintain the description of or instruction of line or another of the line of each component. Yeah. So this one, that's all for the master data of the bill of material. Yeah. You have any question more on this one? Yeah.
Nothing from me now. Thank you.
Yeah. So another one is the work center. Okay, so the work center, like I mentioned, that's we can have the machine or the group of label that we running the operation. I think you're familiar with the work center also. Yeah. So in the work center, we can have the category of the machine or the label. So the category on the machine of the label, it's also linked with the capacity and the schedule. Because in the capacity, we have run the capacity based on the activity in the machine or the label also. Yeah. So in here, in the work center, we have the brand, and then we have the work center code that you can manual, and then the reception. And this is for the activity control for the work center. So the activity, this one is the activity control for the activity cost. So in the activity control, it means we can enable how many parameters that you use for the activity cost. Because beside of the machine or labor, we can maintain like the electricity or like the water or some overhead that the user can entry during the production process or during the finish of the production to get the actual quantity of each activity to generate the costing of the finance. Because each activity, the finance side, they have the rate. Example for the machine labor, they have the standard rate. How many amount that they charge for 1 kilowatt hour or 1 hour of the machine or 1 hour of the labor. And then based on this activity, we can run the estimate cost before we running the production. And then after we confirm the production, we can entry or manual the actual activity. And then the finance, they will get another actual quantity to run the actual cost to compare with the standard cost that they already released during the first of the month. And then at the end of the month, they can compare the difference between the costing of the standard and the actual cost. Yeah. So in here, we can activate up to 6 activity based on the activity key in the configuration that we just tick and enable in here. And then when you select the activity, the system will pop up all the activity that you need to maintain in here. Yeah. And then we have the category that's we categorize of the work center. And then this one is the PIC. I think someone translate it to the receipt by. Actually, is the PIC of the work center. That's we have the filling like the slitting or the pipeline or the bombing, sometimes like that. Yeah. And then we have the key control. The key control is for the controlling of the production operation, because the key control is link with the routing. That sometimes one routing they have the different work center and like the different operation. So they want to confirm based on the work center operation or not. Because in our system, we can have 2 confirmation. One is confirmed by order. That's it means they confirm only one order. That's it will get all the operation activity and raw material issue and finished good receipt. Yeah. And another one we can confirm by operation that we set the mandatory of all this activity. And also this key control, it's linked with the receipt, good receipt or good issue also. Because sometimes the operation, which operation that we will get the finished good. Because sometimes they have 2 or 3 the operation, but the last operation that they will get the finished good. So we can use this key control also. Because in the key control, I think I can open in the configuration to make you clear understand. Oh, not this one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this one is the key control. So it means sometimes it's auto GR. So this operation, it will auto go receive or not. because sometimes in the each operation, the user or the production, they don't want the go receipt during the confirmation. They can do the go receipt first, and then after the end of the day, they confirm to issue the raw material or the component. So we can set up in the controlling in here also that it's automatic go receipt or not. And the costing, it means it relevant to the costing or not. Like I mentioned for you, in the work center, we can have many activity that link with the activity type of the finance, that they use all the activity to generate the activity cost. Yeah. So in this work center, we relevant to the costing or not. If we're not relevant to the costing, it means all the activity of each of this work center is not will not recognize as the costing of the activity cost for the finance. And another one is the scheduling also. So the scheduling, it means in the work center, we have the schedule that we calculate the setup time, the waiting time, and the processing time of the operation. So if we not take in the scheduling in here, so during the operation, the system will not count the duration of this work center to the schedule of production. Because when you run the production, example, one production, sorry. I open one production with this one. So in one production, we have the start time and end time. So where we get the end time? The end time we get from each operation. That's calculate how many setup, how many end. So it will calculate the start of the each operation and until the end of the each operation. So if we are not take the scheduling of the work center, this work center is mean the duration of this operation. Example, we not take the scheduling for this one. So the 0.02 hour of the process, it will not count to the schedule. So the schedule, it will minimize based on this one. Yeah. So we need to maintain the scheduling in here. And the QC is used for the quality check control. This code currently we are add more function for the quality check that we check in the in process. It means we check in the operation of the quality. So if the work center or this operation, we maintain the quality check. So we need to add the characteristic, how many characteristics that we check for this work center. Yeah. And then confirm is required. It's like I mentioned that we mandatory to confirm this operation or we optional. If optional, it means they can confirm one only one operation. So it will cover all the operation of this order. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the capacity of the machine, that we have the start and the end of capacity, and also we have the break time of the capacity. So the break time, it will calculate the break duration and utilize with the utilization of the capacity and calculate for the operation and total capacity. Yeah. And then this one is the scheduling that we use for the setup duration and the waiting duration. So we can maintain as the unit like hour or minute or second based on the unit of the activity. So the unit of the activity of the schedule, we use only the time. Then we can maintain only minute or hour. Yeah. Waiting duration also, because in our operation, you can see in each operation, we have the processing duration, we have the waiting duration, waiting time and waiting duration, and also for the one more is the setup duration. Yeah, duration setup. So before or after before we start operation the machine and after we finish the machine, you have the setup time or the waiting time or not. So if we have, we can add in here. So during the production order for the scheduling, the system will calculate how many setup time or the waiting time, and then calculate with the end of the schedule time. Yeah. So this is for the activity for the detail. Yeah. Oh, sorry, for the work center. Okay. You have any question for the work center? Because
so far so good.
Yeah. Because this one we will detail also tomorrow session for the integration. Yeah, with
I see.
your advanced scheduling. Yeah. Okay, and then another one is the routing. So the routing is the production line that we combine together between all the operation or the work center with the material, and it will allocate also. So in the routing, we have the routing number or routing ID, we have the brand, the division, and the base unit, and the base quantity of this routing. So the routing is like one formula also that it will link with the operation that we maintain for the time of the activity of each work center that we maintain in the activity tab of the work center. So the first one is we have the base quantity. The base quantity, it means the main quantity that we calculate. Example, this can line, we can produce 30,000 can. That we can produce 2 types of can at the same time. That's each can we can produce 30,000 for this routing, and we will use the first operation is 8 hours, can operation is 8 hours or something like that. But I think I have another line that makes sense than this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. Because the first one is just some example. So in here we have the base. The base, it means it will cover all this material. It means all this material, when they produce 90,000 can, they need to use 3 operations with the 3 work center, and also use the machine machine time is 8 hours. The second machine or second work center is 5 hours, and the third work center is 2 hours, and the labor also. So this is the standard formula of the routing that it will apply with all this material. But in case that you see this one is just example, sometimes they have the different of the milliliter or the different size of the material. So if they have the different example, if we produce the head, we can produce only 50,000 head, but we use this amount. So you need to separate with the 2 different routing. One routing that you produce the pad line also with the 90,000 for only the 7 app, and another routing we produce for the PUBG, because the amount of the produce is the different. Yeah. So in here, because some example, we combine it together. It means all this material, even you produce which material, the system will produce, will calculate based on the quantity 90,000, and the operation time is 8 hours, 5 hours, and 2 hours. Yeah. So this is the setup for the operation time. And then we have the quantity from and to. It's like the lot size also. So this one we use for the automatic running when the MOP, because some manufacturing, they will have the different line with the different lot size. Example, they have 2 different pad line. Sorry, I go to this. One pad line, they can produce from 1 to 5,000 only from one time. And another pad line, they produce they can produce up to 10,000. Yeah. So it means this one is the maximum, and this one is the minimum. So if they have 2 different, so it means each material, each component, we can produce in both of this line. We can produce even this line or this line, but it's based on the capacity and the order from the planning. So in the master data, in the routing, we can create 2 different routing. That's one routing is the maximum is 5,000, and you can create another routing is from 5,001 to 10,000. So we will get two different versions. So during you running the planning, if the quantity, if in less than 5,000, the system will propose to the routing 1. And if the quantity is over 5,000, the system will propose to the routing 2 of the version 2. So that's why this one is linked with the production version also. So you can see the first bomb we can produce in this routing, and the same bomb we can produce in this routing. So in the production version, we can have the version 1 and version 2. Yeah, this is the purpose of the lot size and the production version. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the operation. That the operation is we can set up how many operations that you use for this routing. Yeah. So in the operation, we need to maintain the default or the standard formula based on the base quantity in here, and how many for the quantity of the each capacity. So if you have another capacity like electricity, like water or other overhead, so you need to maintain in here. But you can maintain in here even you already assign all the parameter and activity in the work center first. Yeah. And then we have the allocation. The location is mean the explosion of each bomb for this material. So example for this 7-up head 345 milliliter. So the allocation in here, we have all these components. So in this one, when the allocation, we can also allocate by operation, because you can see we have 3 different operations. So if the first operation, you need to issue only only Sarap, because this one is we cannot edit. So we can assign in here, example 2 operation, we issue the Sarap 2 component, and another 3 component we issue during the second operation, and another the last component we issue for the third operation. So we can assign in here also. So during the confirmation, when you confirm the first operation, it will allocate only 2 material to issue, and another operation it will allocate another 3 material to issue. So this one is the purpose of the allocation. But if you left it blank, it means you will issue all the component when you first confirm of the first operation, or you confirm by the whole order. So it will come out all the allocation when you start the first confirmation. Yeah. So this one is the purpose of the allocation of the routing. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any question for the routing?
Nothing from me.
Okay. Okay. So the last part of the master data in here we have is the production version. So as I explained in this set, sometimes you have the different of the production line with the same material, or sometimes we can have the different version of the bomb. Yeah, different version of the bomb. So for this one is version 1, this one is version 2. So this one is the same. Yeah, and the production. So in here we can have 2 scenarios of the version. So one bomb, one routing, or one bomb, different routing, or different version of the bomb with the same routing. So this is the purpose of the production version. Because during the production or during the MOP, the system cannot decide which version that you use. So if you which operation or which bomb version that we use to produce, so we need to create the production version. So the production version is required. We need to have at least one version for one finished code or one bomb. Yeah. So in the version also we have the minimum and maximum lot size. So this is aligned together between the routing and the version also. So if the example for the example 1, if this pet version 1 that you maintain pet line, so you need to maintain the version, the minimum, maximum like this. So this is the first version, yeah. And another version you need to maintain in here, like from 5,001, yeah, 5,001 to 10,000. So during the MOP or during the MOP or during the manual order, the system will check with the order quantity. If in this range, it propose version 1, is in this range, it propose version 2. So that's why we can use the minimum and maximum lot size and the validation. But sometimes they use the same when they maintain the version, they maintain the same of the lot size. Yeah. So it means 129999 and 12999. So when you run the MOP, the system will capture the first one, the first version that is found, and then they can change it manually in the production order during their creation. Yeah, because in the production order, they can also change the production version. So when they change the production version, all the master data will recalculate. Yeah. So they can check in here. So the master data, it will recalculate. So this version, they don't have any component and operation. Yeah. If we select this one, so it will explode all the component and operation for this master. Yeah. So this is proposed, and this is how we create for the production version. Okay. So I think this one is just simple because it's just only link from the BOM and the routing only. Yeah. Okay, you have any question on this one?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay. And I think for the master data, that's all for today. But I want to add up some more in the lot or serial master, lot master data. Yeah. So in the production, the important one that we need is the lot, or we call the batch number. So in the lot or the batch number, we have two different ways that you maintain. One is automatic generate from the system. It means during you create production order, you can set up, it will automatically create the lot number based on the document type. Yeah. So in the production order, oh no, okay, in the number, sorry, in the material validation. Okay, we have the lot or serial profile in here that you can maintain is manual or auto generate. Yeah. So it's manual, it's mean during you create the production order, you need to create the lot number first and then assign it to the production. But if it's automatic, it means during you create the production, the system will automatically create the lot number for you. Yeah. So in the lot or serial number in here, we can have the characteristic of the lot number. For example, for one finished good. So because some information in the production, we cannot store in the material master. We need to store in the lot because it can have the different information of the lot number, sometimes based on the grade or based on the expiry date or based on the another information. So we can set up for the classification first. So this classification will link with the lot type that we maintain in the material validation that we use. This lot is tracking as the first in, first out, or as the first expire, first out. Yeah. So we can create one classification that maintained here, and this classification link with the lot or lot type that we control is the manual or is the automatic generate from the system, and also have the numbering. That's if auto, how the system get. So if we set at the auto, we need to set the numbering of the lot number, how the lot is generated. We have the prefix or not, or we have only the number. Yeah. And then we assign the characteristic. So the characteristic, we can create any characteristic that we want to control in one batch or lot number. So in the characteristic, we have the different type. That some characteristic as the data type and the text that you add the value that you select. Example, for the steel industry, they need the characteristic of the batch. Sometimes like the grade, like the profile or the thickness of the steel or the appearance, or sometimes like the classification, the grade A, grade B, grade C, something like that. So they can create the characteristic in here that we have the data type and the string. So if at the string, they need to add the value of the characteristic. But if the number, it's mean like sometimes they control with the weight, because in one batch we can control weight, how many weight for this batch and how many weight for another batch, because sometimes some material it have the same quantity but with it have the different weight because of the raw material with the different vendor, or sometimes with the another different of the production line. Yeah. So in here, when you have the characteristic, you can assign how many this one is finished good, what I, yeah. How many characteristics that you use. Example for the grade. And then we have for the profile example, and sometimes I want to control for the thickness. Yeah. So we have 3 characteristics in here, and then you can save it. And when you get one classification, you can apply it to the material master. So in the material master, we need to apply the classification in the material, but this material we need to assign example this one. Okay. Yeah. So before we assign the class, you need to set the profile of the method of the slot first. So the slot we use the first in and first out method. Yeah. And then we save it. And you need to assign the classification in the section of the material. Oh, which one? Sure. Oh, extend, not yet. Yeah. So we need to extend it to the classification H. Yeah. Oh, not A. Maybe complete one A. A VP. Right. No, I use 400. It's easy. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So you need to assign in this one. We have the classification. So you select the finish code pi. So during this one, we can have the 3 different value, and you also can set the default. So the default is mean during you create the lot number, the system will capture this default of this lot, this this pi, 0 pi. 5, yeah. Okay. So when you have all this, we maintain all this master. When you create, you can create this lot number. Yeah. So create, you can select the material, and then the characteristic it's come out in here. And then in one lot, we have the characteristic value and also have the basic data. That's when you manufacture And if the spy and the receipt, it will automatically update during the production. So when you go receive the production, the system will update the receipt date into this lot number. And the expiry date, if this material we can throw as the expiration, so it will calculate the expiry date and pass in here. Yeah. Okay. And this one, if we use the manual number, we can manual 110001, something like that. Yeah. So when you get this lot, during the production, we can assign this lot number to the production order. Yeah. So this is the lot control for our Cuscen that we can control. And another one is when we use automatic, it means during the production, the system will create one more lot number in here. And the value of the characteristic it will capture from the default of the master data. And then the user, they can enter or they can update the characteristic of this lot number during the production or when they finish the production. Yeah. So they can go to edit and then they can change. Which example, this one is not this profile is string 7, something like that. So they can update and save because this is just the information of the lot. Yeah. So during the production, when you go receive, the system will posting into the lot movement. Yeah. Yeah. So in here, if we control by lot number, it will have another lot that we can see with the same material with the different quantity and the different lot number. Yeah. Okay. So for the master data for today, I think that's all for me. Do you have any question or not clear on some point of this? We can I can explain more. Yeah.
No question from me now. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Marco, any question from your side?
No, yeah, no questions from my side. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna send recording to Batu, Marco, and everyone else in this meeting as well, so they can see.
Yeah.
And Batu, Marco, let's also put together a video as well in this detail as a practice. Okay, and then next week we can also put together some sort of a scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will share the document in here for you.
Perfect.
Also. Yeah.
Perfect. That's good.
Okay.
And in terms of next week, is there any other section that you like to cover here, or we're gonna focus on other parts of?
Yeah. I will propose for the schedule for the next week. That's,
Okay.
Yeah. We continue for the planning because we have a more session that we have the planning and execution because on these two, we need to like the simulation that we need to see how the result when you maintain the master data and the material because in here the process is not much, but we need to simulate for the result is it correct based on what we want or not, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. That's perfect. Thank you very much, Sokim.
Yes,
I'll send you the recording and we'll wait the document from you and then we'll work on it.
Yeah. And okay, so I
Thank
think
you.
that's all for today. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Sokim. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
Thank you, Batu. Thank you, Marco.
Of course.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. See you
Have a good
tomorrow.
night.
Yes, thank you. Bye. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.